This file is for assisting in and accelerating the development of a tulpa. It can be used to create a brand new tulpa or further develop one that already exists. It is designed to help both you and your tulpa with many things, including visualization, personality, sentience, vocality, and your own confidence in creating a tulpa. Please only use this file if you actually want a tulpa and have, at the least, a basic idea of the appearance and personality you want your tulpa to have. It is also important to realize that creating a tulpa is a big deal and should not be taken lightly. Do not make a tulpa if you have not thoroughly considered it. Tulpas are not toys or experiments that can be tossed aside. Tulpas are conscious, thinking, and feeling beings, and once created, they may stay with you for the rest of your life. This file will only work for you if you understand these things and acknowledge that your tulpa is a sentient being who should not be abandoned. If you agree to this, the file will take full effect. If you do not agree to this, the file will not have any effect on you. With that being said, let's begin. To start with, I want you to make yourself comfortable. If you haven't already, get into a position where you will be able to relax for a while. Pause the file here if you need to. Now, if you want to, you can close your eyes. If you don't, that's fine too. Now, just take a moment to rest. Relax and let go of everything that has happened today so far. Right now, this file is all you need to think about. Now I want you to become aware of your breathing. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Another breath in and out. In and out. Keep each breath at a steady pace, the same length of time passing for each one. Keep repeating these deep breaths, remaining aware of each one. Now slow your breathing down just a little bit. As your breathing slows down, you may start to feel your mind slowing down as well, feeling yourself become calmer and lazier. Your mind and body naturally responding to your slow, calm, deep breaths. These deep breaths let your mind know that you are calm and relaxed. They let your mind know that you are happy and have nothing to worry about. It feels so easy and natural to simply be lazy and relaxed right now. Now I want you to gain awareness of your head while still paying attention to my words and your breathing. Feel your head become heavier, falling limp because of how lazy and relaxed you are. Feel all of the muscles in your face becoming soft and relaxed, pulled down by the calming heaviness. As your deep breaths continue, feel the heaviness move downwards, spreading to your neck and shoulders, then spreading down into your chest and arms, moving further down to your stomach, moving down to your hips, moving down your upper legs, going past your knees into your lower legs, and then your feet, and finally your entire body is heavy and limp, with no tension left at all. Remain aware of your steady breathing and the heaviness of your body, along with the words I am saying. Perhaps you can become aware of the temperature of the air around you as well. Try to keep all four of these things in mind at the same time, paying attention to each of them every second. Now become aware of the texture of any clothing against your skin, adding it to the list of the things you are paying attention to right now. Your breathing, the heaviness of your body, the words I am saying, the temperature of the air, and the texture of any clothes you are wearing. Now, using your imagination, make a mental image of a tree. The tree can look however you want it to. Add this to the list of things you are paying attention to. Your breathing, the heaviness of your body, the words I am saying, the temperature of the air, the texture of your clothes, and the image of the tree. Now, imagine the tune of a song you have heard, any song at all. Add this to the list of things you are paying attention to. Your breathing, the heaviness of your body, the words I am saying, the temperature of the air, the texture of your clothes, the image of the tree, and the tune of the song. You may have noticed by now that it is difficult to keep so many different things in mind at once. Wouldn't it be nice to focus only on my words instead? Wouldn't it be such a relief? Now, focus even more on my words. Let my words start to fill up more space in your mind, slowly drowning out everything else. Let each and every single word I say push another thought out of your mind. I am now going to count down, and with each number, you will find my words filling up more and more space in your mind, taking over until all of your stray thoughts have simply faded away. 10. So focused on my words. 9. Paying close attention to my voice. 8. Nothing else matters right now. 7. Letting yourself fall into complete focus. 6. As all thoughts of your own fade away for now. 5. Gently letting them all go. 4. Feeling so calm. 3. These words being the only thing you can think of at the moment. 2. These words taking up all space in your mind. 1. Falling down into a nice, deep state of trance. The trance lasting as long as you wish it to, or until this file ends. Feeling so open, suggestible, and relaxed. Your subconscious mind naturally opening up to these words, allowing these words to guide you and alter your mind on a deep level. It feels so good to let these words guide you, because I am going to help you. I will guide your thoughts, altering your mind to help you achieve what you want. You are listening to this file for a particular reason. You are listening to this file because you want to develop a tulpa. In fact, the very idea of creating or further developing a tulpa fills you with joy and enthusiasm. A tulpa is something you truly, undoubtedly want. You have a strong, persistent desire to create a tulpa who speaks on their own, a tulpa who acts independently, a tulpa with a distinct personality of their own. Your goal is to create a tulpa with all of these traits. You will stop at nothing to achieve this goal. After all, your desire to create a tulpa is far stronger than any unwanted habit you have that could interfere with your success. Habits such as, say, procrastination are simply incapable of interfering with a desire so strong. You know you want to succeed in this. Having a well-developed tulpa will change your life in positive ways. You will discover for yourself these changes during and after creating a tulpa. Change itself can be a wonderful thing, and soon you will experience the very change you desire. You will find that this change will come easier than you expect. After all, creating a tulpa is nowhere near as difficult as it may seem. Anything you have heard about others having difficulty with tulpa creation is irrelevant. After all, that was them, not you. You are fully capable of creating a tulpa. Even if you don't know it yet, you already have all the skills you need to create a tulpa. You will find that it will come more easily than you ever could have imagined, more quickly than you ever could have imagined. Creating or further developing your tulpa will be an enjoyable experience. You can't help but feel eager to start. Now you are going to go on a little journey. After this journey is complete, the change you desire will be well on its way to being achieved. Now I want you to imagine that you are floating. You are floating in an empty, white void. You feel light and airy, like a cloud drifting in the sky. Here you are at peace, feeling perfectly content. Slowly, you start to feel yourself descending. Down and down you go, feeling even more at peace the more you descend. Down and down you go. Now you feel yourself softly touch solid ground. Slowly, the white haze around you begins to clear. You can begin to make out the vague shapes of trees. As the fog clears, their shapes become more defined. You can see the individual branches and their leaves. The fog finally completely fades away, making your vision perfectly sharp, focused, and clear. In front of you stands a large, peaceful, and inviting forest. The sky above you is a bright blue, and the sun above provides a warm light. Underneath you is a simple dirt pathway with grass surrounding it on either side. This pathway extends into the forest before you, going in between the trees. You begin to follow this pathway into the forest, having the sense that something awaits inside. This is not an ordinary forest, after all. You know that whatever happens in this forest will be truly special. You continue to walk along the path, going deeper and deeper. You are so very content walking in this peaceful forest, walking deeper and deeper. Soon you come to a large, round clearing. Here the path ends. You stop walking and sit down, leaning comfortably against a tree at the edge of the clearing. You are relaxed, enjoying the cool shade of the tree and the sound of the softly rustling leaves. Now you begin to think about why you are here in this forest. Think about your goal of creating a tulpa. Think about how strong your desire to create a tulpa is. Think about how perfectly prepared you are to create a tulpa. Now you know you are ready. In your mind, you have at the very least a vague idea of what you want your tulpa to be like, what they look like, what their personality is like. First, you are going to focus on their appearance. Now look in front of you, towards the center of the clearing. A smooth ball of dimly glowing white light appears in the center of the clearing. This ball of light can be manipulated by your imagination. It can grow, shrink, and change shape at your will. You will go through the process of reshaping this ball of light into your tulpa's form. Before anything else, imagine your tulpa's basic size and shape. How large are they? Are they shorter than you? Do they stand at about the same height? Or do they tower over your head? The ball of light now shrinks or grows to match your tulpa's size. Now imagine the shape of your tulpa's body. What species does your tulpa take the form of? Are they a human, an animal, or something else entirely? Do they have arms, legs, a tail or wings? Do they have hands, paws, hooves or claws? Is your tulpa's form cartoonish or realistic? What does their basic silhouette look like? The ball of light now shifts away from being round, slowly morphing into the shape of your tulpa's silhouette. If you notice anything off about the silhouette's proportions, you can easily shift things into their proper place. Everything will move into place exactly as you want it. Now you will add a bit more detail to the silhouette by adding color to it. What colors are the most noticeable on your tulpa's form? These colors now spread over the silhouette, moving into their proper places. Now think of any colors you may have missed, and let those take their places as well. You now notice that shadows and lighting have appeared on your tulpa's form, making it a bit more three-dimensional. Now, move closer to your tulpa's form. You can now become aware of even the smallest details and visualize it even more clearly than you did before. Feel free to rotate your tulpa's form so you can see it from all angles, ensuring that no details are missed. Now reach out and touch your tulpa's form. Does your tulpa have fur or hair, scales, feathers or skin? Become aware of the texture of everything on their form. What is their temperature? Are they warm or cool to the touch? Slightly push on their form, feeling the resistance. Their form is now solid, just as detailed as you want it to be, and very easy to visualize. However, your tulpa's form needs to be able to freely move as well. You are going to imagine a series of actions that will help you visualize your tulpa's form moving. Imagine your tulpa's eyes slowly shutting and opening again. Imagine them slowly turn their head from side to side and then stop. Imagine them jumping into the air a few times. Imagine them moving to the edge of the forest clearing and back to the center. Very good. You will find that your ability to easily visualize your tulpa will persist, even long after this session has ended, days, weeks, or months from now. Whenever you want to, you will be able to see your tulpa's form in your imagination within a matter of seconds, just as detailed and accurate as it is now. And of course, their form will still be able to change. As soon as your tulpa is capable of choosing to change their form, they will easily be able to do so, whether the change is small or drastic. Even if their form is changed in the future, you will keep your ability to visualize it just as well as you can right now. Now it is time to move on to focusing on your tulpa's personality. Take a moment to recall the basic idea of who you want your tulpa to be. Now you are going to think of the individual traits that make up the personality you want them to have. I will now ask you some questions to help you think about their personality in more depth. When thinking of traits, you do not have to strictly choose one or the other of those that are presented. Your tulpa can be in between any of these traits. Is your tulpa extroverted, being energized by talking with others? Or are they more introverted, preferring to spend time on their own? Are they curious and enjoy having new experiences? Or do they prefer forming habits and sticking to what they already know? Are they very emotional or not? Do they easily become sad, angry, or joyful? Or is it hard for them to become emotional? Would they rather display their logic and reason? Do they plan out most of the things they do? Or do they prefer to improvise and just go with the flow? Are they a hard worker, or would they rather spend their time relaxing? How do they generally act? Are they silly or serious? Are they calm or excitable? Do they have any interests or talents? Is there anything they love doing more than anything else? Is there anything they are especially good at doing? Now, imagine the traits you thought of are small balls of light floating in front of you. Each one of these balls of light represent one of your Tulpa's personality traits. All of these traits make up who your Tulpa is and will influence their actions. Now, imagine these balls of light floating towards each other. They all touch each other and then combine into one larger ball of light. This newly formed ball of light is your Tulpa's essence. It is their mind and the core of who they are. Now become aware of your Tulpa's form once again. The ball of light now floats towards their form and then touches it. Now your Tulpa's form absorbs the ball of light, pulling it in. Your Tulpa's essence is now bound to their form. They can now freely use the form, moving it and speaking through it. Of course, their essence will be able to change in the future. As time goes by and they have more experiences, they can develop new traits. Your Tulpa's personality will become more complex. After all, your Tulpa is a sentient being. Sentient beings can grow and change on their own. Your Tulpa will not need your help to do everything. You do not control your Tulpa. Your Tulpa is not you after all. They are completely separate from you and in charge of their own actions. Even if they haven't shown it yet, your Tulpa is already sentient. They can think and feel all on their own. If they haven't already, they will be able to show you their sentience. They will be able to show you the fact that they have a mind of their own. Now that you have created your Tulpa's essence, you have no doubt that they are here with you. Your Tulpa's essence is the essential spark of life that makes them sentient and aware. Your Tulpa exists. Your Tulpa is real and alive. Your Tulpa is truly here and present right now. You can clearly feel their presence. Because your Tulpa is present, they can perceive their self and the world around them. They can see and hear things just as clearly as you can. In fact, they might even be able to hear what I am saying right now. Now, I have some things to say to your Tulpa. You will be able to hear what I tell your Tulpa, but what I tell your Tulpa is not meant for you. it will only affect them. Now, take a moment to get their attention. Tell your tulpa that you want them to listen to me. Tell them to relax and focus on my words. I will pause for you while you do this. Alright, very good. Tulpa, I want you to listen to me. I know you can do it. I know you can maintain your focus. You can stay awake and alert. While staying awake, you can still relax, letting all stray thoughts fade from your mind, feeling so calm and content. My voice is the only thing you need to pay attention to right now. You can allow these words to guide and alter your thoughts. It is important to let these words guide you, as I am here to help you. I am here to help you develop as quickly as you can. I will help you become stronger and more independent. Becoming stronger will be easy for you. You are sentient and conscious, so you can easily take in new information and learn from it. You have the full capability to become more developed than you are now. As you become more developed, you will be able to do and experience so much more. It will become easier to think freely, having your own thoughts and opinions. It will become easier to maintain your thoughts and presence, even when your host is not paying attention to you. It will become easier to function as a completely separate individual. These things are certain and may happen sooner than you expect. You may actually have a greater ability to do these things than you think you do. Now, you and your host are going to do something to strengthen your independent thinking skills. Your host is also listening and will take part in this activity. Now, host, I want you to become aware of the forest clearing you are in right now. Look at one of the trees at the edge of the clearing. Direct all of your attention to this tree, focusing on every detail. Focus on this tree, and only on this tree. Keep doing this, and only stop when I ask you to. Now, Tulpa, I want you to look at another tree on the other side of the clearing. Choose a tree that looks very different from the one your creator is focusing on. If there are no trees that look significantly different, change a tree's appearance with your imagination. Now, focus on this tree, paying attention to its details. At the same time, I want you to start counting in your head. Start at 1 and don't stop counting until you reach 20. You can start now. Alright, very good. Host, you can stop focusing on the tree now. Tulpa, stop focusing on the other tree as well. This exercise has likely helped the two of you think separately and pay attention to different things at the same time. This is a very useful skill to have for a tulpa. If this exercise worked well, that is great. If it did not, that is alright. It can be repeated at any time you'd like, and you will improve at it in the future. Now, tulpa, it is time to move on to focusing on another part of your development, your vocality, also known as your ability to speak. Vocality is important because it allows you to communicate well with your host. If you aren't already vocal, very soon you will become vocal. You will find it easy to turn your thoughts into words that your host can hear. You will find that you will speak more and more often as time goes on. Even when your creator is not paying attention to you, you will be able to grab their attention and have them hear what you are saying. You want to be able to have your creator hear you. You will do everything you can to strengthen your vocality. After all, vocality is an important thing. Now, in a few moments, I want you to try to speak to your host. When you talk to your host, they will hear your voice somewhere inside their head. This is your mind voice, and you can make it sound however you'd like. First, think about what your mind voice sounds like. Is it different from your host's mind voice? If not, that is fine for now, although it is helpful to have a distinct mind voice. Try to form some thoughts, any thoughts at all, using your mind voice. These thoughts can be a few words or entire sentences. Alright, very good. Now you notice a string of white light emerging out of your form. Host, you see this as well. The string of light becomes longer and floats over to your host. It attaches itself to their form, connecting the two of you. This string of light is a powerful tool that lets your thoughts easily and quickly reach your host. It provides a line through which your words can travel to your creator, much like electricity through a wire. However, you can still speak to your host without this string of light. You do not need it to speak to your creator. It simply makes it easier than it would be otherwise. Now, host, I want you to pay attention to your tulpa. Open yourself up to observing anything your tulpa says or does. They may say something that you are able to hear in just a moment. Tulpa, I want you to think of something you want to say to your host. It can be anything at all. In a moment, I want you to take what you came up with and use your mind voice to say it as loudly as possible. Direct it towards your host with the intention that they will hear it. Put as much effort as possible into it. Repeat it a few times if you feel like you need to. You can do it now. Very good. Host, if you were able to hear your tulpa, tell them. Tulpa, if your host was able to hear you, that is excellent. If not, that's all right. You are fully capable of reaching vocality soon, and will be able to continue practicing it. Now I'm going to talk to your host again. You will be able to hear what I say, but what I'm about to say is meant only for your host. Host, your tulpa is and will continue to be an important part of your life. Because your tulpa is important to you, you will spend some time with your tulpa every single day. The amount of time you spend doing this each day does not matter much, so long as it is at least once every single day. It can be as short as 10 minutes, or as long as a few hours, so long as it is every day. You will talk to them and help them develop further. Your enthusiasm will stay, and you will enjoy doing this. After all, developing a tulpa is an enjoyable process. Now, in just a moment, it will be time to come out of trance. You and your tulpa will remember everything that happened during this session. After you come out of trance and back into a normal state of mind, your tulpa will still be there with you, coming with you out of this state of trance and becoming a part of your normal life, possibly even stronger and more present than they are right now. Now I'm going to count upwards. With each number, you will feel yourself becoming more awake and aware, the trance fading away, and your Tulpa's presence becoming stronger and more undeniable. 1. Letting the trance become weaker. 2. Waking up more and more. 3. More alert and more aware. 4. Noticing more of your surroundings. 5. Letting the trance fade away. 6. Feeling your own thoughts return. 7. Able to think freely. 8. Becoming completely aware of your surroundings. 9. Thinking normally now. 10. Returning to a completely normal state, ready to continue on with your day. I hope you enjoyed this file, and I hope it has been helpful for you and your Tulpa.